I really try not to be like a fear monger or anything, but it's like I think we can definitely say we're going to war with Iran, right?
She ain't born, then she born.
Threats of war escalate in the Middle East as the U.S. military buildup continues. This graphic shows the recent buildup of U.S. air power.
God damn. Like, I really try not to be like a fear monger or anything, but it's like I think we can definitely say we're going to war with Iran, right? Why else would we put all of our shit over there? What else would be the point? What would be the reason? If we were doing the same thing with Venezuela, And they always take their time with this stuff because with Venezuela, I was starting to think that maybe it wouldn't happen just because it was so drawn out. But Trump only has 3 more years. He wants to do his pointless war in the Middle East. All the other presidents got to do it. Like, he wants to do it.
In the Middle East. The Wall Street Journal reporting it's the largest in the region since the Iraq War in 2003. In Israel, the IDF Home Front Command has been directed to prepare for full-scale war. Iran is holding joint naval exercises with Russia and the Chinese. The regime is also
The Iranian government is evil, right? Like they're backwards. They have like a religious theocratic government. Like they have morality police that patrol the streets and bully women like ICE, right? But you can't just flip someone's leadership just because you don't like them, right? Like they're a sovereign nation. We have to try to work with them. Like we can't just topple over whoever we don't like. And we've done it before in the past, and that's how we created these situations. Like that's how Iran got in this position in the first place.
calling on Hezbollah to join them in the event of a U.S. military strike.
There's many reasons and arguments that one could make for a strike against against Iran.
Is it just me or is like this job aging her? Like she's 2 years older than me, right? I'm 26. Like her laugh lines, like I don't know, it makes her look like a Muppet. Like you feel me? And it's like her eyes, and also she's pregnant, and also too she has to defend. She's probably really scared. Like she knows like all this stuff is messed up. Like her husband is double her age. Like she's probably she probably just wants to like listen to Charlie XCX and like do lines in the bathroom with her friends. Instead, she's like the White House press secretary in an authoritarian fascist regime. Like, oh my god.
U.S. military officials say they're ready to strike as early as Saturday. Levitt reiterated that little progress was made during Wednesday's nuclear talks.
Diplomacy is always his first option, and Iran would be very wise to make a deal with President Trump. And
their deal is just do whatever we say. Like America's not really deal offering because deals would like give you something, right? Like the Iranian officials are even open to like an oil deal, but what they want. But I mean, this is a proxy thing for Israel. Like Israel wants Iran like smothered into the dust, right? And Trump wants to please Israel, so it looks like America is just bullying Iran on their behalf. It's ridiculous.
this administration.
Secretary of War Pete Hegseth told CBN
Secretary of War, CBN News, what the hell?
News the decision to strike Iran lies with President Trump.
Should they not follow through on commitments, should they not be willing to make a deal, the president has an option. The only one
The Secretary of Defense should not just be like a presidential dick rider. Like his loyalty is to the troops. Like you should be against them fighting. Like you're the guardian of their lives. Like you should only want to deploy them if it's absolutely necessary to defend the American people. Like Iran is no threat to us. Like he's just saying I serve at the pleasure of the president, like a fucking lapdog. Like that's some cuck shit. You already know like these people are into some weird sex shit, right? Like Donald Trump has pretty much already been exposed, but like Pete Hegseth, like he probably gets pegged. I said it. Yeah, I said it. I said it, bro.
this decision, well, two people will make this decision. The Iranians can step up and make a real deal, and then ultimately President Trump will decide whether or not it's a deal that's good enough for the American people.
Middle East political
Also, it's like it would be so cruel to wage war against them unnecessarily when you know that all their conscripts are just like slaves to an authoritarian regime, right? Like you feel me? Like it's like so many civilians would be hurt, and like the civilians are already so terrorized. So like waging a war with them would just be so awful. Like they're not gonna just kill the bad guys. Like a lot of good guys would get killed in that as well.
Esther Braun says any deal with Iran should come with reservation. Braun recently wrote this Times of Israel article titled "Built to Deceive: Why Iran Can't Make a Real Deal."
Wow. Like, look at this just like open sabotage of peace by the nation of Israel and its like and its vassals, you know? It's really unfortunate, man. I just want to say I love Jewish people and I love Jewish art, right? Israel is just like some Nazi shit. It's like the Nazi wing of the Jewish diaspora. Like that's just what they've become. It's so insane. Like I didn't want to admit it, but it's kind of where we're at now.
She explains the Iranian Islamic tactic known as taqiyya.
Taqiyya was a survival mechanism. The believer could conceal his faith, conceal his style of life to save his life, to save his property, to save his community.
Braun says Western diplomacy wants to resolve conflicts. Iranian culture uses taqiyya to manage it.
It's not like they're lying because they have a purpose to lie. It's just the way how they see the whole process of negotiation.
Oh, they have this weird brown way of negotiating, you know? Because like when they do diplomacy, it has some exotic name or whatever, like whatever, bro. It's just subtle dehumanization.
While U.S. military officials say they're prepared to strike Iran as early as Saturday, President Trump is weighing his options.
So now we may have to take it a step further, or we may not. Maybe we're going to make a deal. You're going to be finding out over the next probably.
I still think it's hilarious that he did this at the Board of Peace meeting. It's like you're going to threaten war at the Board of Peace meeting, threaten war with a nation in the Middle East while you're talking about how you're going to heal Gaza. Like it's just absurd. It's just so funny.
10 days.
The Wall Street Journal reports that Trump is considering an initial attack on Iran, possibly within days, to force it to meet U.S. nuclear demands. The limited strike options include attacks on nuclear and ballistic missile facilities. If Iran still wouldn't go along, the U.S. could launch a broader military campaign in an effort to potentially overthrow the Islamic government.
Again, like you can't just flip someone's leader because you don't like them. Like that's up to the people to do, right? If people did that to America, like if other countries did that to America, it would be chaos around the world. But America feels like we're entitled to do that to other people just because they're tiny and they can't do anything to us. I mean, that's only for so long, right? Like empires fall, countries are weakened, national tragedies happen, democracies collapse. That's what happened to Iran,
She ain't born, then she born.
If we're taking the president at his word, and if we add these reports, which he says are incorrect, we could see a strike ahead of the next round of talks on Thursday. Is that your expectation?
Look, if we look back at the previous time President Trump ordered a strike on Iran, he did it at the earliest possible moment.
It's really any day now. Honestly, it's really any day now. If I was a betting man, which you can bet on this shit now, like Kalshi, I'd say like before March. I say before March for sure. If the State of the Union goes bad for him, I think he might accelerate it to distract. Or if like the Epstein files heats up, you got a new accusation today that's groundbreaking. Maybe then, but it's really any day now. And I mean, I think the members of Congress are in on it. Like I think they know exactly what day. They just can't say anything.
We've got the assets in the region. He's made repeated threats to use force against Iran. I would not be at all surprised to see it in the next day or two.
All right. Chris Coons from Delaware says the next day or two. So get your boots on to go fight in Persia. I mean, and also it's like the military leaders have been leaking information to the press. It's like, hey, like if we did an Iran war, like it would be a quagmire. You know what I mean? It'd be like Vietnam. And like people and like Americans have such a myopic view of geopolitics, and I'm a part of that, by the way. But it's like we think of Iran as like a bunch of terrorists or something, but it's actually a very well-established oil state in the Middle East, like with a very rich culture and history and had a revolution, all that jazz, right? So they're gonna fight. Like, you know what I mean? Even as much as the people hate their government, like the thought of being invaded by Trump's America, like probably doesn't sound very appealing to them either. You know, it's not looking too good.
He has amassed a remarkable amount of air and naval power, but he hasn't explained to Congress or the American people what's his objective. Is he trying to protect Iranian protesters? Is he trying to degrade their nuclear program, which
Yeah, he keeps throwing out different reasons why this is so necessary, bro. It's like, you know. And at first I was kind of like with it. It's like, okay, it's like the Iranian government is beheading their protesters for trying to overthrow their authoritarian government. Like, if Trump wanted to intervene, I wouldn't complain, honestly, right? Like, do I think that's necessarily the best policy for the United States? No, but if you wanted to do that, I'm not going to complain about it, because I do want those people to be free. But, you know, Trump's just going to do whatever enriches himself, you know, and his cronies and shit.
She ain't foreign,